All right, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom. Hebrew, which means peace. Quick show to the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua. Something that grabbed my attention out of all the news today. You know, every day is something. There be a lot of things. There's a lot of things we can't speak about, because YouTube and his algorithm and all this nonsense. And some things you just gotta take a chance, and this is one of the things I want to take a chance on, because this is clearly prophecy that's being fulfilled right there. All right, and pretty much, if you know how the system works, there's three branches of system. You got your executive branch, Congress, and your judicial. The executive order comes from the president, which is also the CEO, the president of this corporation. But a lot of times he can't pass certain things without approval of Congress, and the law of the land pretty much over so what I'm looking for is above the presidency. So this might seem to be a minute thing, because I read some of this article earlier, and the way they're making it sound like this is a minute thing, but this is very heavy. So a couple of days ago, you know, beloved Joe Biden was getting sued by several states about this whole, forceful thing that they trying to do, this mandate. And federal court frees this whole mandate thing, and the mandate is based upon Biden overreaching and trying to go straight to OSHA. And OSHA covers a lot from construction to damn near anything that has to do with safety in any job. You don't have to do with construction, one thing, but it has to do with all types of jobs. All right. And his overreach was pretty much, now might I add, several. When he first, this year is crazy. When they first asked him a couple months ago, probably April, May, about would he make this thing, getting his juice, would he mandate it? He said he didn't know. What he meant by he didn't know, he meant he know what he wanted to do, and he know what laws that he wanted to push. Because what people really failed to understand, this is not only going on here, it's all going on all over the world. And all these other nations have been doing it for a while. The only difference between America and Australia, and America and the UK, America and Israel, is that America has guns and the freedom of speech. But these other nations don't have that much. They don't have no Bill of Rights or anything like that. So he couldn't do it right away. He needed something to make it done. And the whole thing of them to make it done was that one thing. When the variants, and when they got this, when it was all said and done, this science project that they wanted. So ever since then, he's been overreaching. And cities like New York and California, which California is a state, New York City is a state as well, but focusing on the city level, New York and San Francisco is more draconian laws than all the other places. All right, a lot of other states are still fighting the mask thing, but a lot of them are really. A lot of these other states are really just going against the grain. So there's a great division that's right here in America. All right. It says White House tells Americans to ignore the court hold on, mandate. Why would they say something like that? Why would they all of a sudden say, ignore it? So they're basically saying whatever Biden and this administration is setting forth is law. All right. Hey, and it shows you that the society is crumbling. Long ago, President Bush said the Constitution is nothing but paper. All right, hinting that this whole shenanigans of how people believe that they're free is all a lie. So I'm gonna read some of this article. It says the White House is telling American businesses do not wait till employees brushing aside a ruling by a federal court putting on hold on OSHA mandate and targeting calls to impeach President Joe Biden. Now, isn't this kind of ironic? They try to get rid of the other guy, the last president, several times. The Democrats is going hard body on him. But now, they find an opportunity to get after this guy, Sleepy Joe. All right? Because he's unconscious. This guy is just out of his... Whatever the drugs that they giving him to keep him going, that's what they going. He's just a figure, just a face. All right? And he says it all the time. So they only allow me to say certain things. All right? It says people should not wait. They should continue to go, move forward, and make sure that they getting their workplace getting vaccinated. Deputy White House Press Secretary Karina Jean-Pierre told reporters at a briefing on Monday when asked about the pending case before the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Now this Haitian bitch, all right, and it shows you, man, these women ain't shit. All these women, especially black women, all right, they're all part of the program. She's even more of a demon than the other one. She just got to go harder. But she's on some draconian. She's full draconian. All right. Says the remark initially flew under the radar until it was highlighted by CNBC. Wow, I'm surprised they caught it. On Monday evening, within minutes, critics of the administration pointed out that ignoring court orders may well be grounds for impeaching the president. And why? Because CNBC is part of the program, like CNN and all of them. You know, it says White House tells businesses to proceed with mandate despite court order pause, and they're not allowed to do that. Period. All right, they're not allowed to do that. Everything must work in unison. And this proves that this society is crumbling, man. Biden's de facto, mandate took the form of an emergency rule from Application Safety Health Administration, OSHA, requiring companies with 100 or more employees to make sure that they are either, or getting tested weekly at companies' expenses. Because what they wanted to put, I believe, 14, they want to punish companies that's not doing it for 14,000, if I'm not mistaken. So there you go. And here it is. They're playing the game, saying that how the economy is back on, and not only the economy is back on and everything's going back to normal, going great. People losing their jobs left and right. They losing their livelihood left and right. All right, showing this is all part of the witchcraft, man. He's speaking in tongues. Literally, he's not speaking the truth. All right, like the scripture says. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Daniel's 8:25. It says 25. And through his policies, which we've seen, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. All right, let's look up the word policies as shakal. Prudence, insight, understanding. Prudence, good sense, insight, understanding. Cunning, craft, bad sense. And that is a bad sense of saying, keep repeating certain things over and over again. That when you repeat something over and over again, that's an old form of putting subliminal messages in the minds of people. All right, and those subliminal minds of the people seeing or hearing things over and over again, they believe it. The most greatest tool that they have is a media. It says from Strong's definition, from intelligence by implication, success, discretion, knowledge, policy, prudence, sense, understanding, wisdom, wise. So they're using crafty words, crafty policies. Okay, how is it companies that have 100 people now all of a sudden everybody got to get it, and then not? Dr. Fauci said like 70% of the masses they passed that threshold. So there's a lot of things that's going on. But he says, in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. And he have the guards of the people down. And they're planning to destroy many. So let's go back to this real quick. It says, originally announced in September, it did not go into effect until last week, was promptly put on hold by the Federal Appeals Court, pending several legal challenges, which we already know is going to happen. They're going to go with Biden. But this proving there's a lot of leaks. And if they don't go, he's still going to do what he has to do. Because it's part of the agenda. It says, Mike Davis says, so now Biden White House thinks it can simply ignore a lawful order from the federal appellate court. White House tells business to proceed with vaccine mandates despite court order pause. Let's go down. It says the U.S. Surgeon General said on Sunday the administration would defend the mandate in court, and it called appropriate and necessary. The deadline for the White House to respond to the court was Monday evening, which is this evening when I'm doing this. Asking about the challenge, Jean-Pierre said the White House message to Americans was, do not wait to take action that will keep your workplace safe. It is important to critically do it, and waiting to get more people, would lead to more outbreaks and sickness. So they playing that game, man. The majority of Americans are not feeling this. It says Jean-Pierre has been filing in for the White House. This press secretary Janice Pascan, whatever her name is, will announce on October 30th that she had tested positive for despite fully vaccinated and would work from home. So how is it something that you're supposed to protect yourself from? You're catching it. All right, there's so many holes in this thing, but this is one of the highest form of the witchcraft that they have. This is their last go around. All right. And then when I was reading the comments, people just very democratic. You can do whatever you want. Get rid of, I don't know what the tres politico. Say grounds for impeachment are getting stronger and stronger. This Biden is lawless. It says you can't make it up. So Jean Paskey, who is the fourth time, is telling Americans to get the jab. But excuse me, because I can't. I got, and I have to isolate myself. So my deputy will replace me I'm too sick to work, and I'm bloody contagious. So they're not that upset. It was a couple of them I saw earlier. Meh, it is what it is. But it proves that this place is just, it has no merit. Like nothing about this place is really standing anymore. It's completely divided, even down to the um to the parties. They're divided, and to the average person. All right, they're divided. Yeah, you have literally have people out there will fight you tooth and nail because if you don't wear a mask, or you know what I'm saying, if you don't got the thing. This is a masterful thing that the Most High did. But since I make mention about craft, real quick, Nahum 3:4, because of the multitude of that whoredoms and the wealth of the well-favored harlots, the mystery of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and family through her witchcraft. And that's, we at the highest level. And this is it. This is the highest they're gonna get. All the shit that they pumping with this whole Trevor Scott thing that's been buzzing, and that's in the regular news, and it's in the news not because they're trying to investigate or don't believe the hype of the storyline of people got. This is them telling us, look, it works. It works. This is a masterful plan. It works. All right. This is a one hell of a high level of witchcraft. People don't know what the hell to believe. All they know is what they see. So the Lord's against this place, man. All right. Behold, I'm against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, meaning that the truth is going to be seen, that these people are lying consistently. All right. And I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. So it's going to get to a point where it's going to get real bad, that even the nation is going to be disgusting doing business with Esau. All right. Which makes sense. Because this man's a vile being, man. He's a liar, and he's a father of it. Isaiah 19:2 says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So you have within the 48 states of America, because Hawaii and Alaska, which also I believe is Puerto Rico, but anyway, you have Democrats and Republican states. The Democratic states are crime driven. All right, people dying left and right, people losing their jobs left and right, and you have the Republican states who are fighting against the system. You have states like Texas, Florida, which these two states are always coming up, and the Democrats just lost Virginia. All right, they almost lost Jersey, which that would have been intriguingly interesting. But all this political games that they're doing, and I was out here in New York when I was watching for the election day, which was last week. Majority of people in Jersey, in the suburbs, was mad about the mandates. All right, the masking and all that. So the people are getting frustrated. So this particular scripture is coming to fruition. All right, the Egyptians, which are the Americans, are against the Americans. Okay, and soon it's going to be in a physical level. So here it is. You have the executive branch that's going against the judicial branch, which really is it's really the Supreme Court that's over everything. But you have there's levels to everything. But for the federal government to actually freeze something that the president said, and then for the White House to sit there and say, "Oh, just ignore them," that shows you that they're not really together like they act like they are. And the Most High is deliberately doing this, man, which is beautiful for us because now, you know, one movie I'm thinking about is Escape from New York, and the other movie, which came out many years later, Escape from L.A. The two Democratic states, people are trying to escape because draconian laws are on a whole nother level. But this is going to end up happening. It's going to get physical, like the scripture says about a great insurrection. That they're going to ignore their kings, all right. They're not gonna listen to Biden. Biden talking on his ass. Nobody have respect for that, man. He barely knows what the hell he's saying. So you could clearly see it. There's plenty of videos out there of people saying, "Yo, this is about to be a civil war." All right, because all these draconian laws is gonna lead these American people that was built upon the pride of their nation. So they say, no, we ain't allowing this to happen. So the Egyptians are going to get against the Egyptians. All right. It says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. So this within households, there's division. Okay. You got people that are Democrats and Republicans, conservatives, liberals, and whatever other name, far right, left, right. Bottom this, whatever they call themselves, they're literally gonna fight against each other. It's gonna be in a carnal form. It's not gonna be just of words. This great division is taking place in this land. It says, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city. Which, prime example was when people was escaping New York, and some people was going to Rhode Island, and people in Rhode Island was basically saying, anybody have New York plates, we're gonna knock on the door and kick and get them out. So it's about to happen, and kingdom against kingdom, which is gonna be literally Edomite kingdoms splitting. So this prophecy, I'm not gonna even get the rest. These prophecies are speaking, man. It's loud and clear. It's loud and clear. Great divisions in the soils of America. America is going down. So with that being said, real quick, shalom to the elect of the nation. Shalom.